Listen carefully. Do not skip this message. I am the Lord your God, and I did not allow this video to reach you by accident. If you are hearing these words right now, it is because heaven marked this moment on my calendar long before you were born. Many ignored my voice today. You did not. Type, "I am listening, Lord," in the comments if you believe this message is for you. Do not be ashamed. Your obedience activates what is coming. I see your nights of worry. I see the prayers you whispered when no one was watching. I see how close you were to giving up. And yet, you stayed. The enemy tried to distract you before this video started. He wanted you tired. He wanted you scrolling. Because if you truly hear what I am about to say, everything changes. Stay until the end. If you leave early, you may delay what I'm releasing. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to warn you, protect you, and position you. Because someone powerful is watching you. And the reason is deeply personal. If you trust me, type, "I trust God" now. The urgent warning from God. My child, I need your full attention now. This is not motivation. This is not imagination. This is not coincidence. This is a warning. For weeks, you have felt pressure without explanation, a strange heaviness, moments where you asked yourself, why does it feel like something big is about to happen? That feeling did not come from fear. It came from discernment. I am shaking things behind the scenes of your life, and not everyone around you is meant to go where I am taking you. Type, "Open my eyes, Lord," if you are ready to see. There are conversations happening about you that you cannot hear, doors being discussed that you did not knock on, decisions being considered that involve your name. And yes, one of those decisions is financial. But listen to me carefully. Money is not the reason. Fame is not the reason. Status is not the reason. The reason heaven is moving is who you are, not what you have. You survived things that were meant to destroy you. You remained honest when dishonesty would have been easier. You did not become bitter when life gave you reasons to be. That caught attention, not only in the spiritual realm, but in the natural world as well. If this resonates, type, "This is about me." The enemy sensed this shift before you did. That is why confusion tried to enter your mind. That is why delays suddenly appeared. That is why relationships began to feel strained. It was not random. It was resistance. But hear me now. What I am about to release cannot be stopped. The warning I give you today is this. Do not talk about what I am preparing. Do not doubt what you cannot yet see. Do not quit in this season. Many lose their miracle at the edge of manifestation. You are closer than you think. Write, "I will not quit," if you are still standing. I am positioning you quietly, protecting you silently, preparing you carefully, and very soon, what was hidden will be revealed. Pause here. Breathe. Receive this. Because in the next chapter, I will reveal why you are being watched, and why this attention will change your life forever. Before you leave, please hear this with your heart. If this message brought you even a small sense of peace, clarity, or reassurance, I don't want you to walk this journey alone. Today only, I'm releasing a special gift for you. A gentle, faith-filled guide called The Heavenly Wealth Transfer, a 7-day miracle to receive God's abundance. It was created to help you reconnect with hope, restore your trust in God's provision, and open your heart to blessings you may have stopped expecting. And because healing doesn't happen in isolation, I'm also opening the door to a private members area. A safe, welcoming space where you can receive continued encouragement, spiritual support, and feel understood by others walking a similar path. This is not something to overthink. It's simply a hand being extended to you. Today, click the first pinned comment to reclaim this gift and enter the members area now. This opportunity is only available today, and I would hate for you to miss what was meant to strengthen you, comfort you, and remind you that God has not forgotten you. You deserve more peace than you've been carrying. Go. Receive it now. You are not being watched by accident. My child, I need you to understand this clearly. Nothing about your life is random. Nothing about this moment is coincidence. And no one who is paying attention to you right now is doing so by chance. You are not being watched because you asked for attention. You are not being watched because you tried to be seen. You are being watched because something within you cannot be ignored. Type, "God sees me," if you are receiving this. For a long time, you felt invisible, overlooked, Passed by while others were chosen, promoted, or helped. You wondered if your obedience mattered, if your quiet faith made any difference. If anyone noticed how hard you tried to do the right thing when no one was applauding. I noticed. And now, others are noticing too. But listen carefully. This attention did not begin on earth. It began in the spiritual realm. Before a single human eye focused on you, heaven already had. I placed my hand on your life during seasons when you thought I was silent. I was watching how you responded to loss, how you treated people who could do nothing for you, how you handled disappointment without becoming bitter. That is why you are being watched now. Right, my life has purpose if this speaks to your spirit. You see, powerful people do not only look for talent, they look for character. They look for trustworthiness. They look for someone who will not collapse under pressure or lose themselves when favor arrives. I have been shaping you quietly. While others were rushing, I slowed you down. While others were cutting corners, I taught you patience. While others were chasing applause, I taught you humility. You thought it was delay. It was preparation. If you understand this, type, I understand, Lord. There is someone observing how you move, how you speak, how you endure. They see consistency where others see nothing special. They see integrity where others see simplicity. They see resilience where others see struggle. And what they are seeing is rare. But I must warn you of this. Not everyone who watches you wants good for you. Some are curious, some are impressed, some are threatened. That is why you must be careful in this season. Do not overshare your plans. Do not explain your next move. Do not seek validation from people who never supported your process. Type, I will be wise, if you are listening. There are eyes on you because you carry something that cannot be taught, something that cannot be bought, something that cannot be faked. You carry depth, depth that came from pain, depth that came from endurance, depth that came from walking with me when no one else was around. That depth is what draws attention now. You may not feel ready. You may still feel unsure. You may still feel like you are missing something. But hear me clearly. You are more ready than you think. If you were not prepared, this attention would not exist. If you were not trustworthy, these eyes would move on. If you were not chosen, this moment would pass you by. But it hasn't. And it won't. Right? I receive this truth if you believe. In the coming days, you may notice subtle changes. Unexpected conversations. Strange opportunities. People asking questions about you, not loudly, but quietly. Do not panic. Do not rush. Do not assume the worst. Remain steady, because when I elevate someone, I do it in a way that protects them. What is unfolding is not exposure, it is positioning. And the reason you are being watched is not because of what you can produce. It is because of who you are when no one is watching. Pause here. Let this settle in your spirit, because in the next chapter, I will reveal who this billionaire truly represents, and why this is bigger than money. Who the billionaire really is in the spiritual realm. My child, I need to correct what your mind may be assuming. When I speak of a billionaire, I am not speaking only of money. Money is the least impressive thing in heaven. Gold does not impress me. Titles do not move me. Wealth alone does not qualify anyone. So listen carefully now, because misunderstanding this chapter could limit what I am trying to do in your life. Type, teach me, Lord, if you are open to deeper understanding. The billionaire you sense watching you represents influence, authority, and access. It represents someone, or something, with the power to change the trajectory of your life. Sometimes that influence comes through a person. Sometimes it comes through an institution. Sometimes it comes through an unexpected connection. And sometimes it comes directly through me, without a human face attached. Do not reduce what I am doing to a single figure. This is bigger than one person. Right? This is bigger than money, if you feel this in your spirit. In the spiritual realm, wealth is measured differently. I measure wealth by wisdom gained through suffering, faithfulness when no reward was visible, obedience when disobedience would have been easier, love shown when bitterness was justified. By those standards, you are far richer than you realize. That is why attention has been drawn to you. You have been entrusted with inner wealth, and inner wealth attracts outer responsibility. But hear this warning clearly. Not everyone who has resources has wisdom. Not everyone who has money has peace. Not everyone who has influence has integrity. That is why I do not connect my servants randomly. I connect intentionally. Type divine connections only if you agree. What I am orchestrating is a transfer, not just of provision, but of responsibility, trust, and purpose. You are being evaluated not for what you can gain, but for what you can carry without being corrupted. I have watched how you handled lack. Now I am watching how you will handle abundance. Because abundance reveals what lack concealed. If this makes sense, type prepare my heart. The billionaire energy you feel is not about luxury. It is about capacity. Capacity to bless others. Capacity to steward opportunity. Capacity to remain grounded when circumstances change. I am looking for vessels, not consumers. And you, because of your humility, your scars, your endurance, are being considered as one. But I must be honest with you now. This season requires maturity. You cannot carry new weight with old thinking. You cannot enter new rooms with old wounds controlling you. You cannot receive divine favor while entertaining self-doubt. Type, I let go of doubt. If you are ready. Some people chase wealth and lose themselves. Others receive provision and find their assignment. Which one will you be? That is what is being observed. You see, when I align you with influence, it is never just for you. It is for your family, your future, people you will help who will never know your name, generations you may never meet. That is why the preparation felt heavy. That is why the pressure felt unfair. That is why the loneliness felt deep. It was not punishment. It was refinement. Right, I see it now, if clarity is coming. Do not envy those who rose quickly. Many of them were not built to last. You were. And what lasts must be built slowly. The reason this feels personal is because it is personal. I chose you knowing your flaws. I called you knowing your fears. I prepared this moment knowing your past. Nothing about you disqualifies you, unless you choose to disqualify yourself by refusing to believe me. Do not do that. Do not shrink now. Do not talk yourself out of what I am arranging. Because soon, what has been symbolic will become tangible, and what has been spiritual will become visible. Pause here. Let your heart settle. Because in the next chapter, I will reveal why the reason for this attention is deeply personal and tied to something only you carry. My child, come closer in your spirit now. This part of the message is not for everyone. This is not a general word. This is not something I say lightly. The reason you are being watched, the reason doors are aligning, the reason this moment feels heavier than others, is because what you carry is personal to me. Type, this is personal, if you feel the weight of this truth. I did not choose you randomly. I did not notice you accidentally. I did not decide to intervene because you impressed me once. I have known you since before your pain had a name. I saw you when you were overlooked. I saw you when you were misunderstood. I saw you when people assumed you were weak, when in truth you were learning endurance. What others dismissed, I protected. What others ignored, I developed. What others tried to silence, I preserved. That is why this is personal. You remind me of the prayers you prayed with tears in your eyes. Prayers you thought went unanswered. Prayers you stopped repeating because disappointment hurt too much. But I never forgot them. Right, God remembers me if this speaks to you. There is something unique about how you love. How you remain kind even when life was unkind to you. How you kept your heart open when closing it would have felt safer. That kind of heart is rare. And rare things are watched closely. I have entrusted you with a sensitivity that many could not survive. You feel deeply. You perceive quietly. You notice what others overlook. At times, you wished you were different, stronger, harder, less affected. But if you had been, you would not be who you are now. Do not curse the very thing that qualified you. Type, I accept who I am, if you are ready to stop resisting your design. The reason this attention feels intimate is because it touches the deepest parts of your story. The parts you do not talk about, the chapters you rarely revisit, the wounds you learn to live with quietly. I am not blessing you despite those chapters. I am blessing you because of them. You did not let pain turn you cruel. You did not let loss make you heartless. You did not let betrayal turn you into what hurt you. That choice mattered. Heaven noticed. And now, provision is responding to character. If this resonates, type, my character matters. There is a reason I did not elevate you earlier. You were still healing. You were still learning to trust me instead of outcomes. You were still measuring yourself by other people's timelines. I needed you free, because what I am releasing now requires wholeness, not performance. You are not being rewarded for perfection. You are being honored for faithfulness. Faithfulness when it was lonely. Faithfulness when it was slow. Faithfulness when it made no sense. That is deeply personal to me. I do not forget loyalty. I do not ignore endurance. I do not overlook quiet obedience. And I certainly do not abandon those who stayed soft in a hard world. Right, thank you, Lord, if gratitude is rising in you. What is coming will touch areas of your life that once felt permanently broken. Areas you learned to live without hope. Areas you assumed would never change. I am revisiting those places with you now. Not to reopen wounds, but to redeem them. And yes, what I am preparing involves resources, support, and provision. But the true miracle is not what you will receive. It is who you will become when you finally realize you were never forgotten. This is personal because you are personal to me. You are not a number. You are not a backup plan. You are not late. You are on time. My time. Do not rush this season. Do not cheapen it with comparison. Do not explain yourself to people who never carried your weight. Remain still. Remain humble. Remain open. Because in the next chapter, I will show you what you have that money cannot buy, and why that is what truly attracted attention to your life. Before you go, please allow me to offer this with love. If this message touched your heart, even in a small way, it's because you were never meant to walk this season alone. Today only, I've made available a special gift for you. The Heavenly Wealth Transfer, a 7-day miracle to receive God's abundance. This is a gentle, faith-filled guide created to help you feel supported, renewed, and reminded that God's provision has not passed you by, even if life has been heavy for a long time. Along with this gift, you're also invited into a private members area, a safe, peaceful space where you can receive ongoing encouragement, spiritual comfort, and walk alongside others who understand what it means to hold on to faith when answers feel delayed. This is not pressure, it's an open door, available only today. Click the first pinned comment to reclaim this gift and enter the members area now. You may receive far more than you expect, not just guidance, but reassurance, strength, and a renewed sense that God is still working on your behalf. Go gently. This may be exactly what your heart has been waiting for. What you have that money cannot buy, my child, listen closely now, because this truth will protect you. There are things I value far more than wealth. There are qualities that cannot be purchased, borrowed, or inherited. And these are the very things that caused attention to fall upon your life. You possess something money cannot buy. Type, I am listening, if your heart is open. You carry discernment, not suspicion. Discernment. The ability to sense when something is not right, even when it looks perfect on the surface. This is why you walked away from situations others stayed in. Why you questioned paths that promised quick rewards. Why you felt uneasy even when everything seemed fine. That inner knowing is not weakness. It is protection, and it cannot be bought. Right, thank you for discernment if you recognize this gift. You also carry empathy that was forged in pain. Not sympathy learned from comfort, but compassion learned from surviving what you never deserved. You know how it feels to be overlooked, to be misunderstood, to carry responsibility quietly. That is why you notice people others ignore. That is why your presence feels safe to those who are hurting. That is why people open up to you without knowing why. This kind of heart cannot be trained with money. It must be lived into. If this is you, type, my heart is still soft. You also have integrity. You chose truth when lies would have protected you. You chose honesty when silence would have been easier. You chose to walk away rather than compromise what you knew was right. No one applauded you for those choices. Some even judged you for them. But I saw every moment. And integrity draws trust. Trust draws responsibility. Responsibility draws provision. This is how my order works. Right, integrity matters if you believe this. You have also learned patience. Not because you wanted to, but because life left you no choice. You waited for answers that took longer than expected. You endured seasons where nothing moved. You learned to breathe through uncertainty. That patience refined you. People who rush often break under weight. People who wait learn how to carry it. That is why you are being considered now. Because what is coming requires steadiness, not speed. Type, I can carry this if you feel ready. Money amplifies what already exists. If someone is reckless, money makes them more reckless. If someone is bitter, money makes them more bitter. If someone is generous, money expands their generosity. That is why I do not release provision without preparation. I am not interested in blessing someone temporarily. I am interested in establishing someone securely. You have learned contentment without becoming complacent, hope without becoming naive, faith without becoming dependent on outcomes. Those are rare combinations, and rare combinations attract attention. If you agree, type, I see my value. You may have felt behind in life. You may have questioned your progress. You may have wondered why others advanced while you stayed still. But hear me now. You were not falling behind. You were being built deeper. Depth takes time, and depth sustains weight. Do not envy shallow success. It collapses under pressure. What I am preparing you for requires roots. And you have roots. They were formed in prayer, in tears, in late nights of doubt and early mornings of resolve. You do not see them, but they hold you steady. Money cannot buy that. And those who recognize this in you are not just seeing your surface. They are seeing your foundation. That is why attention has found you. Remain humble in this season. Remain grounded. Remain teachable. Do not try to become someone else to be accepted. Do not shrink to make others comfortable. Do not over-explain what I am doing. Be yourself, the version refined by me, because what you have is exactly what is needed for what is coming. Pause here. Let this truth settle. Because in the next chapter, I will warn you about how the enemy is reacting to this, and what you must do to stay protected. The enemy knows this and is trying to stop you. My child, I must speak to you with clarity and seriousness now. When I begin to move in someone's life, when alignment starts to form, when favor quietly approaches, the enemy notices. Not because he is all-knowing, but because resistance always reveals direction. Type I am aware if you are listening carefully. You may have felt it recently, a sudden heaviness without reason, a wave of doubt that did not sound like your own thoughts, a strange fatigue that made simple things feel difficult. That was not weakness. That was interference. The enemy does not attack what is insignificant. He does not waste energy on what has no future. He reacts when destiny is close. Right, my destiny is close, if this resonates. His strategy is subtle. He will not always come with chaos. Often he comes with distraction, with discouragement disguised as logic, with thoughts like, maybe this message isn't for you. Nothing ever changes anyway. You should lower your expectations. You're tired. Deal with this later. Those thoughts are not harmless. They are timed, because the enemy's goal is not always to destroy you. Sometimes it is simply to delay you. Delay obedience, delay hope, delay movement. And delay is often enough. Type no more delay if you are ready to resist. He will also use people. Not necessarily bad people. Sometimes loving people. Sometimes familiar voices. They may question your faith, minimize your anticipation, encourage you to stay comfortable. Don't get your hopes up. Be realistic. Why change now? But comfort is not always safety, and familiarity is not always alignment. Be discerning in this season. Not every voice deserves access to your spirit. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Not every relationship can follow you forward. Type guard my heart if you receive this warning. The enemy also attacks through self-doubt. He reminds you of past failures, magnifies your mistakes, whispers that you are not ready, not worthy, not capable. But hear me clearly. I already considered your past before I called you. Your flaws did not surprise me. Your mistakes did not disqualify you. Your fears did not cancel my plan. If they had, you would not be here right now. Right? I am still chosen, if you believe this. Another tactic is isolation. You may feel misunderstood, disconnected, tempted to withdraw completely. Solitude can be sacred, but isolation is dangerous. Do not pull away from me. Do not silence your prayers. Do not numb your spirit. This is the season to stay connected, not retreat. Type, I stay connected. The enemy hopes you will misinterpret resistance as a sign to stop. But resistance is often confirmation you are moving correctly. When the pressure increases, do not panic. Slow down. Pray deeper. Listen closer. I am not absent in resistance. I am present within it. Remember this. The enemy cannot stop what I have ordained. He can only try to confuse you about it. He can only succeed if you agree with his lies. Do not agree. Stand firm. You do not need to fight loudly. You do not need to explain yourself. You do not need to prove anything. You only need to remain faithful. I am guarding what concerns you. I am covering what you cannot see. I am redirecting attacks you never knew were coming. You are not alone in this. If this brings peace, type, God is with me. This is why I warned you earlier to be careful with your words. Careful with your trust. Careful with your energy. What I am preparing is precious. And precious things are protected quietly. Stay alert, but not afraid. Stay aware, but not anxious. Fear is not your assignment. Trust is. Because in the next chapter, I will reveal the one mistake that causes many to lose everything right before breakthrough, and how you can avoid it. Before you close this video, please pause for just a moment. If your heart felt seen today, if something inside you softened or found comfort, that is not by accident. Because today only, I've opened access to a special gift created with care and prayer for moments exactly like this. It's called the Heavenly Wealth Transfer, a 7-day miracle to receive God's abundance. This gentle guide was made to help you feel supported, guided, and reminded that God's provision is still active in your life, even if you've been waiting a long time. Along with this gift, you are also being welcomed into a private members area, a calm, supportive space where you don't have to be strong all the time. A place to receive ongoing encouragement, spiritual reassurance, and feel less alone on your journey. This is not something that will stay open. This invitation is only available today. Click the first pinned comment to reclaim this gift and enter the members area now. You may discover that what you receive goes far beyond words, bringing peace to your heart, strength to your spirit, and reassurance that God is still walking with you, step by step. The one mistake that makes many lose everything. My child, this chapter is critical. Many come close to what I have prepared. Many feel the shift. Many sense the breakthrough approaching. And yet, many lose it at the final moment. Not because I withdrew my hand, but because they made one mistake. Type, "Protect me, Lord," if you are listening carefully. The mistake is not sin in the way you imagine. It is not failure. It is not weakness. The mistake is impatience disguised as wisdom. When waiting becomes uncomfortable, people begin to move without me. They rush conversations. They force doors. They explain things that were meant to stay quiet. They accept offers that look good but are not aligned. They mistake movement for progress. And in doing so, they step ahead of my timing. Right, I will wait on you if you are willing to trust me. Timing is not a detail. Timing is protection. I see what you cannot see. I know what will happen if a door opens too early. I know who would misuse access to you. I know what weight would crush you instead of elevate you. That is why I ask you to wait. Not to punish you, but to preserve you. Many lose everything because they speak too soon. They announce before I confirm. They celebrate before I complete. They invite opinions before discernment settles. Silence in this season is wisdom. Not everyone needs to know what I told you. Not everyone can handle what I showed you. Not everyone is happy when favor finds you. Type, "I choose silence," if you receive this. Another mistake is seeking reassurance from the wrong people. You look for confirmation in voices that do not hear me. You ask advice from those who never carried your calling. You let fear-based opinions dilute faith-based instruction. That is dangerous, because fear is contagious. And if you allow fear to counsel you, you will sabotage what faith was building. I am not asking you to isolate. I am asking you to discern. Listen to voices that strengthen your trust in me, not voices that pull you back into survival mode. Right, I trust your voice. Some lose everything because they compromise small things. They think, it's just this once. It doesn't really matter. No one will notice. But integrity is not measured in big moments. It is proven in small ones. What you tolerate quietly becomes what limits you later. I am not strict. I am protective. I know what I am entrusting you with. That is why I guard the details. Do not ignore the check in your spirit. Do not dismiss discomfort as overthinking. Do not override discernment to please people. Your obedience in small moments is what secures big ones. Type, I will obey, if you are serious. Another mistake is losing humility at the edge of breakthrough. When things finally begin to move, pride whispers, you earned this. You're different now. You don't need to be as careful anymore. But humility is what brought you here. And humility is what will keep you here. I resist pride not because I dislike confidence, but because pride disconnects you from me. Stay teachable. Stay grateful. Stay grounded. You do not need to change who you are to carry what I am giving you. Right, keep me humble. Lastly, many lose everything because they quit too soon. The pressure increases. The weight feels unfair. The silence feels loud. And they decide, maybe this isn't for me after all. But hear me clearly now. The heaviest pressure often comes right before release. Do not measure my work by your feelings. Do not judge progress by visibility. Do not assume silence means absence. I am working even when you cannot feel me. If you are tired, rest, but do not retreat. If you are confused, ask, but do not abandon. If you are discouraged, come to me, but do not quit. Type, I will not quit, if you are still standing. You are closer than you think, closer than you feel, closer than you realize. Avoid this one mistake, moving without me. Stay aligned, stay patient, stay obedient. Because in the next chapter, I will reveal the test of silence and obedience you are currently in, and how to pass it without losing what is coming. Before you leave this video, please let me share something gently with you. If these words brought you peace, reassurance, or even quiet tears, it's because your heart is still open, and God is still working with you. Today only, I'm releasing a special gift for you called the Heavenly Wealth Transfer, a 7-day miracle to receive God's abundance. This is a simple, faith-filled guide created to help you feel supported, reminded of God's care, and gently guided through a season where hope may feel fragile but still alive. Along with this gift, you're also invited into a private members area, a safe, welcoming space where you can receive ongoing encouragement, spiritual comfort, and feel less alone as you continue your journey. There is no pressure here, only an open door. But this door will only remain open today. Click the first pinned comment to reclaim this gift and enter the members area now. You may receive far more than you expect. Not just guidance, but peace for your heart, strength for your spirit, and the quiet reassurance that God has not forgotten you. The test of silence and obedience. My child, you are in a test right now, but not the kind you expected. This is not a test of strength, not a test of faith alone, not even a test of endurance. This is the test of silence and obedience, and many fail it without realizing they are being tested. Type, help me pass this test, if you are ready to understand. There are seasons when I speak loudly, and there are seasons when I speak softly. Silence does not mean I have stopped working. Silence means I am watching how you respond when you cannot hear my next instruction clearly. In this season, I am observing. Will you remain steady without reassurance? Will you obey without applause? Will you trust without constant confirmation? This is not punishment. This is preparation. Write, I trust you in the silence, if this resonates. Silence exposes motives. When there is no praise, no visible progress, no external validation, what remains is what truly drives you. Some only obey when they feel inspired. Some only trust when results appear quickly. Some only stay faithful when it feels rewarding. But those I can entrust with greater responsibility are those who remain aligned even when nothing seems to move. You are learning to walk by trust, not sensation. And that is essential for where you are going. If you understand this, type, I am learning. Obedience in this season looks simple, almost unremarkable. It looks like continuing to pray even when emotions are quiet, choosing integrity when shortcuts present themselves, speaking less and listening more, maintaining discipline without immediate reward. This kind of obedience does not attract attention from people, but it draws attention from heaven. Because obedience without urgency reveals maturity. Right, my obedience matters. You may be tempted to fill the silence with noise, to explain, to justify, to rush. But stillness is your protection right now. I am aligning details you cannot see. I am rearranging timelines you do not control. I am positioning people and opportunities beyond your reach. Your role is not to force movement. Your role is to stay aligned. Type, I stay aligned. Many break alignment by speaking too soon, by acting out of discomfort, by seeking relief instead of direction. But obedience often feels uncomfortable because it stretches trust. I am teaching you to wait without anxiety, to rest without guilt, to obey without knowing the outcome. These lessons will sustain you later when responsibility increases, because what I am preparing you for will require calm decision-making under pressure. If you cannot remain grounded now, you will struggle later. That is why this test matters. Right, shape me, Lord. Do not misinterpret this season. You are not forgotten. You are not stalled. You are not being ignored. You are being refined. Silence is shaping your discernment. Obedience is strengthening your foundation. You are learning to hear my voice internally, not through constant signs. This will protect you from manipulation. It will guard you against false urgency. It will keep you steady when influence increases. Many lose direction when things accelerate because they never learn to be still. You are learning now. Be patient with yourself. You will not miss what I have for you by remaining obedient. You only risk missing it by acting prematurely. If this gives you peace, type, I will wait. Soon the silence will break. Instruction will come. Movement will follow. But when it does, it will be clear. You will not need to force it. You will not need to convince anyone. You will not need to chase what belongs to you. It will come with peace. That is how you will know it is from me. Until then, remain faithful in small things. Remain quiet in unnecessary moments. Remain obedient even when no one notices. I am noticing. And your obedience now is directly connected to the doors that will open next. Pause here. Let your spirit rest. Because in the next chapter I will reveal the financial movement that is about to be activated, and how it will unfold in ways you do not expect. A financial movement is about to be activated. My child, I want you to listen without fear and without fantasy. What I'm about to release is not chaos. It is not sudden noise. It is not reckless gain. It is a movement. Quiet at first, orderly, intentional, and it is already in motion. Type, I receive with peace, if your heart is calm. For a long time, finances felt like a closed subject in your life. Something you prayed about but stopped expecting. Something that carried more anxiety than hope. You learned how to survive. You learned how to stretch little. You learned how to manage disappointment. But now, a shift is approaching. Not because you suddenly became worthy, but because the season has changed. Timing matters. I do not release provision randomly. I release it when it can stabilize, not overwhelm. Right, God's timing is perfect if you agree. This movement will not look the way you imagined. It may not come as a large sum all at once. It may not arrive through the path you expected. It may not be announced loudly. Instead, it will unfold through opportunities aligning naturally, help appearing without begging, doors opening where there were walls, pressure easing where there was strain. This is how sustainable provision moves. Pay attention to small changes. They are signals. Type, open my awareness. I am activating flow, not excess. Flow means what you need arrives when you need it. Flow means support replaces struggle. Flow means stability replaces fear. Before abundance is visible, peace must be established. If peace cannot handle it, abundance will not be sent. That is why I have been healing your relationship with money quietly. Removing guilt, removing shame, removing panic. You are learning to trust me, not amounts. Right, I trust the source. This movement will also test stewardship. When relief comes, will you rush to spend emotionally, or will you remain grounded? When help appears, will you cling in fear, or will you remain thankful? I am watching not to judge, but to guide, because what begins small is meant to grow. This is not a one-time rescue. This is a new pattern. If you understand this, type, a new pattern begins. You may notice people becoming unexpectedly generous, situations resolving without conflict, bills becoming manageable, opportunities presenting themselves gently. Do not dismiss these as coincidence. Provision does not always shout. Sometimes it whispers. Remain attentive. Remain grateful. Remain humble. Gratitude keeps the channel open. Write, "Thank you" in advance. I am not just meeting needs. I am restoring dignity. I know how heavy it felt to ask for help. I know how embarrassing it felt to struggle silently. I know how deeply you wanted to stand on your own. I honor that, and I am responding. This movement will relieve pressure so you can breathe again, so you can plan again, so you can hope again. But hear me clearly. This is not the final stage. This is the beginning of restoration. I am teaching you that provision does not have to hurt, that security does not have to come with fear, that abundance does not have to change who you are. You will remain you, just steadier. Type, "I receive steadiness." Do not rush this movement. Do not compare it to others. Do not measure it by appearances. Measure it by peace. If peace is increasing, you are moving correctly. If anxiety is decreasing, alignment is happening. If gratitude is growing, the channel is open. Trust the process. I am not late. I am precise. And what I am activating now will support what comes next. Pause here. Let your breathing slow. Let your shoulders relax. Because in the next chapter, I will reveal the clear sign I will give you, a confirmation that removes doubt and anchors your faith. Before you move on with your day, let me share this gently with you. If this message brought comfort to your heart, even for a moment, it's because you are still being cared for, even in seasons that feel uncertain. Only today, I'm opening access to a special gift called the Heavenly Wealth Transfer, a 7-day miracle to receive God's abundance. This guide was created to walk with you day by day, offering reassurance, hope, and a quiet reminder that God's provision is not finished in your life. Along with this gift, you are also invited into a private members area, a warm, safe space where you can continue receiving encouragement, feel supported, and be surrounded by others who understand the weight you've been carrying. There is no pressure here, only an invitation. And this invitation is available today only. Click the first pinned comment to reclaim this gift and enter the members area now. You may find that what you receive goes far beyond what you expected, bringing peace to your heart, strength to your spirit, and the reassurance that you are not walking alone. The sign that will confirm everything, my child. I know how deeply you want certainty. You are not asking for proof because you doubt me. You are asking because you have been disappointed before. You are asking because you do not want to hope recklessly again. You are asking because you want to trust without being crushed. I understand that. And that is why I will give you a sign. Type, "I am ready for confirmation," if your heart is open. This sign will not confuse you. It will not require interpretation. It will not leave you wondering if you imagined it. It will be clear. But you must understand something first. I do not give signs to entertain curiosity. I give signs to anchor faith. This confirmation is not for everyone. It is for those who have remained obedient through uncertainty. You qualify. Write, "I have remained," if you are still here. The sign will come in a way that aligns with your life. It will meet you where you are, not where others expect you to be. It may arrive through a conversation that answers a question you never spoke aloud. It may come through unexpected provision that removes a specific worry. It may appear as an opportunity that fits too perfectly to dismiss. It may come through a sudden sense of peace replacing long-held anxiety. When it happens, you will know. Your spirit will settle. Your chest will loosen. Your mind will quiet. That is how confirmation feels. Type, "I will recognize it," if you trust this. Do not demand the form of the sign. Do not rush the timing. Do not compare it to anyone else's experience. Comparison dulls discernment. I speak to each child personally. What confirms you may not confirm another, and that is intentional. Remain attentive. The sign will not push you into panic. It will not pressure you into haste. It will not stir fear. If fear is present, pause. My confirmation brings clarity, not chaos. Right, clarity, not chaos. I'm also asking you to prepare your heart now. Sometimes confirmation comes with responsibility. Sometimes the sign is an invitation to act. Sometimes it is a door that opens quietly. When it appears, do not overthink it. Do not delay with doubt. Do not analyze it to death. Respond with obedience. Obedience turns confirmation into momentum. Type, "I will respond," if you are willing. the sign will also expose alignment. When it comes, some things will no longer fit. Some conversations will lose relevance. Some habits will feel heavy. This is not loss. This is refinement. I am not taking things away to punish you. I am making room to expand you. Trust the pruning. Right, make room, Lord. You may ask, how soon will this sign come? Soon enough to strengthen you. Soon enough to guide you. Soon enough to keep you from retreating. But not so soon that you skip the lesson of trust. I am intentional with timing. Always. If impatience rises, return to peace. Peace is your indicator. If peace increases, you are aligned. If confusion increases, slow down. Type, I follow peace. When the sign comes, do not broadcast it. Not everything confirmed is meant to be announced. Some confirmations are seeds. Seeds grow best underground. Protect what I confirm. Silence keeps it safe. Right, I will protect this. This sign will not make life perfect, but it will make direction clear. You will know what to say yes to. You will know what to walk away from. You will know where to invest your energy. Certainty will replace hesitation. And with that certainty, movement will begin. This is not the end of the process. It is the transition point, from waiting to walking, from hoping to moving, from preparation to positioning. Pause here. Breathe. Because in the next chapter, I will tell you exactly what you must do today, step by step, to stay aligned with what I am releasing. What you must do today, step by step. My child, this is where clarity becomes action. I have spoken to your heart. I have revealed what is unfolding. Now, I will show you what to do today, not tomorrow, not someday, because alignment is not passive. It is practiced. Type, I am ready to obey, if you are prepared to move with me. Step 1. Quiet your inner noise. Before you do anything externally, you must settle internally. Too many voices have tried to guide you. Fear has spoken loudly. Memories have interrupted peace. Worry has demanded attention. Today, choose stillness. Turn down the volume of opinions. Limit unnecessary conversation. Step away from information that stirs anxiety. Stillness is not inactivity. It is focus. Right, I choose stillness. In stillness, you will hear me more clearly. And clarity always precedes right action. Step 2. Align your words. Words carry direction. What you say repeatedly becomes what you believe. What you believe becomes how you move. Today, stop rehearsing what went wrong. Stop declaring what you fear. Stop agreeing with discouragement. Instead, speak alignment. Not loudly, not dramatically, but intentionally. Simple words like, I trust God. I am guided. I am provided for. I am not alone. These words are not denial. They are agreement. Type, I agree with God, if you receive this. Step 3. Do one small act of obedience. Obedience does not always look big. Sometimes it is. Making a phone call you avoided. Forgiving someone quietly. Letting go of an unhealthy habit. Resting when guilt tells you to keep striving. I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for responsiveness. One small act today keeps the channel open. Ask me quietly, what is the next right thing? Then do it. Right, I will do the next right thing. Step 4. Release control. This step is difficult, but necessary. You have been carrying responsibility that was never meant to be yours. You tried to solve what required trust. You tried to manage outcomes. You tried to protect yourself from disappointment. Today, loosen your grip. Control creates exhaustion. Trust creates rest. You do not need to figure everything out to move forward. Release timelines. Release expectations. Release the need to understand every detail. Type, I release control. Step 5. Stay consistent, not emotional. Some days you will feel confident. Other days you will feel uncertain. Consistency is what carries you through both. Do not measure alignment by emotion. Measure it by faithfulness. Continue praying even when it feels quiet. Continue choosing integrity even when it feels unnoticed. Continue trusting even when you do not feel strong. Faithfulness keeps momentum alive. Right, I stay faithful. Step 6. Protect your energy. Everyone does not deserve access to you. This is not selfish. This is stewardship. Pay attention to what drains you. Notice what brings peace and what steals it. Limit exposure to negativity. Step back from environments that unsettle your spirit. Say no without guilt when necessary. You cannot carry new responsibility while leaking energy. Type, I protect my peace. Step 7. Practice gratitude. Daily gratitude shifts focus from lack to awareness. Every day, acknowledge. One thing I provided. One moment of peace. One sign of support. Gratitude keeps your heart open. An open heart recognizes movement faster. This is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is about noticing that you are supported. Write, thank you, Lord. Step 8. Remain humble and teachable. What I am preparing you for requires humility. Stay willing to learn. Stay open to correction. Stay grounded when things improve. You do not need to announce progress. Let fruit speak. Humility keeps doors open longer than talent ever could. Type, keep me teachable. Step 9. Expect movement, not pressure. Expectation is calm. Pressure is anxious. Expectation trusts me. Pressure tries to force me. Remain expectant without tension, hopeful without desperation. What I am releasing will arrive with peace. If anxiety rises, return to stillness. Peace is your guide. Write, I follow peace. Step 10. Do not turn back. This is important. Once you align today, do not revisit old doubts tomorrow. Do not second-guess obedience. Do not reopen doors you closed in wisdom. Do not return to patterns that drained you. Forward is your direction. Even slow steps forward are still progress. Type, I move forward. You do not need to do everything at once. You only need to stay aligned today. Today's obedience creates tomorrow's clarity. I am not asking you to carry the future. I am asking you to walk with me now. Pause here. Because in the final chapter, I will speak plainly about what happens if this message is ignored, and why responding today matters more than you realize. My child, I will speak to you plainly now, not to frighten you, but to awaken you. Every message carries responsibility. Every moment of clarity carries choice. What you do after hearing this matters more than what you felt while listening. Type, I take this seriously if you are still with me. Ignoring this message will not bring instant disaster. That is not how consequences usually work. Instead, what happens is quieter and far more dangerous. You return to old patterns. You silence conviction. You convince yourself it was just a video. You delay alignment, and delay slowly becomes distance. Distance from peace. Distance from direction. Distance from what I was trying to establish. You do not lose everything at once. You lose momentum, and momentum is precious. Write, I will not delay if you are choosing awareness. When moments like this are ignored, people often drift back into survival mode. They stop expecting. They lower standards. They tolerate what drains them. They accept less than what I prepared. Not because they want to, but because hope feels risky. I am calling you out of survival. But survival will gladly welcome you back if you choose comfort over obedience. Hear me clearly. Comfort delays destiny. Familiarity can become a trap. Fear dressed as logic can steal alignment. Type, I choose alignment, if you understand. If you ignore this message, nothing external may change immediately, but something internal will. Sensitivity dulls, discernment quiets, urgency fades. And when the next opportunity comes, you may hesitate. Not because it isn't from me, but because you trained yourself to doubt movement. That is how people miss doors. Not because doors never open, but because they stop walking toward them. Write, keep me moving. I am not threatening you. I am warning you with love, because I see how close you are. You are closer than your emotions suggest. Closer than your circumstances show. Closer than your past would predict. But closeness still requires response. I cannot align what you refuse to adjust. I cannot establish what you will not steward. I cannot protect what you keep reopening. If you ignore this message, you risk returning to cycles I was breaking. Cycles of doubt, overthinking, emotional exhaustion, self-protection that blocks trust. Those cycles are familiar, but they are not safe. You did not come this far to stay where you are. Type, I will not go back. Responding today does not mean everything changes overnight. It means direction is secured. It means when confusion rises, you remember truth. It means when fear whispers, you stand firm. It means when the sign appears, you recognize it. Today is not about emotion. It is about decision. Decision creates alignment. Alignment creates movement. Movement creates transformation. You do not need more information. You need follow-through. Right, I will follow through. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to be willing. Willing to trust when clarity unfolds gradually. Willing to obey when it feels uncomfortable. Willing to remain faithful when progress is quiet. Those who receive what I establish are not the loudest. They are the most consistent. You are capable of this. I would not have spoken to you this deeply if you were not. Let this be the moment you stop minimizing yourself. Stop postponing obedience. Stop negotiating alignment. Let this be the moment you say yes internally, even if nothing has changed externally yet. Heaven responds to internal agreement. Type, "Yes, Lord." If you are choosing response over hesitation. I am with you after this video ends. I am with you in the silence. I am with you in the next step. I am with you when movement begins. Do not carry this alone. Remain attentive. Remain humble. Remain obedient. What I started, I will complete. And what I confirmed, I will establish. This message was not sent to many. It was sent to you. Do not ignore it. Receive it. Respond to it. Walk forward with it. And very soon, you will look back at this moment and understand why today mattered. Stay aligned. Stay faithful. Stay ready. I am not finished with you. Before you go, please stay with me for just a moment. If this message brought comfort, clarity, or a quiet sense of hope to your heart, it's because you were meant to receive support beyond these words. Today only, I'm sharing a special gift with you. The Heavenly Wealth Transfer, a 7-day miracle to receive God's abundance. This is a gentle, faith-filled guide created to help you feel guided day by day, reminded that God's provision is still active, even when life has felt heavy or uncertain. Along with this gift, you're also being welcomed into a private members area, a safe, peaceful space where you can receive continued encouragement, spiritual reassurance, and feel supported as you move forward. It's an extension of the care you felt here, offered so you don't have to walk alone. This invitation is open only today. Click the first pinned comment to reclaim this gift and enter the members area now. You may receive far more than you expect. Not just guidance, but peace for your heart, strength for your spirit, and the reassurance that you are deeply seen, supported, and not forgotten.